We don't know if he was something in his mother's womb or a drum roll when he entered this world, because Mom didn't share this information with us children.
Hawaii, the beautiful Isles of Hawaii, the home of the fire goddess Pele, and the home of
Hawaiian night.
Aloha, Connies and Wahinis. The Shell Bar takes great pleasure in presenting the exotic sounds of Arthur Lyman.
I was gone. I had a gig out off island when they had a tribute to you. And I heard everybody and their aunties and their uncles, they all showed up out of respect for you. You know what? You can't buy that. PR and marketing doesn't buy that. You have to, for somebody to get out of their house and go and show up Sunday, and on a Sunday especially when they're watching baseball or football or basketball, and that's their lay down day, and to come out and say, I'm here because thank you for what you've done for music, for Hawaii. When you close your eyes at night and think about your life and look back at it, what is the thought that makes you smile?
Since I've been teaching, to me the greatest thrill is when I can teach a student to play a drum set which encompasses the use of 4 limbs. I'm so happy when they pass that.
How do you teach that? How do you get them to think to make each
I have to
leg,
take
each
them
arm
in,
different?
take individually, like your brain, I have to use the whole brain eventually.
Yeah.
And also I tell them you gotta use your whole brain, right side, left side. So we start off with the feet. You have to build up muscles for each limb
Mm-hmm.
so that the brain can control the feet if there's muscle there.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the right foot, then you do the left foot, long training, do the left hand, do the right hand. Then I combine maybe the 2 hands, 1 hand doing something, doing other I have books, another thing, and the same thing with the bass drum and hi-hat. Then eventually I get them caught, but the mind takes a while to absorb all of that. So I do it slowly, and eventually they can coordinate the 4 limbs, and that to me is the greatest accomplishment because you need to use the 4 limbs, your brain and your eyes. You have to look at the music, you have to do that. That's that 4 limbs and the eyes and the brain, there's 6 things you gotta do.
And that's all technical part. That's just
Yes.
technical. You still have to make music.
Yes,
You still have to make that musical.
that's right.
And being that you're the engine of a group, you have to be solid.
Mhm.
A violinist in the Hawaii Symphony. Lopaka Colon, whose father, Augie Colon, was a percussionist and bird caller for the Martin Denny and Arthur Lyman groups. Ivor Wong, who's a band director at University Lab School. He's actually been directing band for the last 25 years. On guitar, Alika Lyman, grandnephew of Arthur Lyman.
The 5 major roles that I teach, because you need to be able to do those 5 roles from a slow tempo to a medium tempo to a faster tempo. The first role that I teach is called a 5-stroke roll. Now in rudimentary, the 5-stroke roll means you hit 5 beats, and it's 5 beats, 2, 4, and 1. That's a 5-stroke roll, open style. When you do it faster, now you can hear all 5 beats because rudimentary. Now the closed roll style, it sounds smoother. It's still a 5-stroke roll, although you play maybe 7 strokes, but it's still the same timing. Close, open. That's the 5-stroke roll.
And in what kind of situations do you use that?
You use that a lot in marching. You know? That's the 5-stroke roll. Then the next one is a 9-stroke roll, which is a little longer stroke roll. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So open, close roll.
And when you say open and close, what do you mean?
Open when you can hear all 9 strokes.
Okay. And
2,
close?
4, 6, 8, 9, you know, you can, and close. Smoother roll. They use that type of roll a lot in concert music, classical music. In rudimentary marches and stuff, a lot of them like to use the open roll.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can hear all 5 beats, all 9 beats, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then the next roll of that is called the 17-stroke roll.
Okay.
17 beats. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It's a 17-stroke roll open.
And
Then the longest roll is a 33-stroke roll.
No, 17 is used in what context?
To use it, you can use any of the rolls that I showed you openly. In jazz, you can use it openly for jazz. Move it around. I'm still doing 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Close, you know. But open, I use a lot of open rolls in jazz or whatever rock, whatever you do. You can use it in any context.
Okay.
By moving the sticking around.
And the 17 count one? One more time? Cool. Okay, and now the 33.
33-stroke roll is a long roll, it's a 5-beat roll. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's 33 strokes.
Okay.
4 beats to each quarter note. 4 times 4, yeah, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 33 stroke roll. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You double the 16. There's 16 notes. You double that. That's 32 notes, and the 1 is 33 stroke roll.
And how do you then go around?
You
with
can go around much better.
Okay, could you
Yeah.
demonstrate that, please?
Yeah. Well, you can do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
And
Could you just do one of each, the 5, the...
On one,
Yeah.
on the pad.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 5-stroke roll. Close the open. Close the open.
Open.
Okay. 5, 9, 17, 33,
Okay, and the closed?
5, 9, 17, 33.
Beautiful.
Well, with Arthur Lyman, I was playing at another hotel next to where they were playing. They were playing at down the Beachcombers, next to the what's the name of that hotel they started off with? Well, anyway, and I would go down and listen to them play on my intermission. They were playing right next to on Kalakaua Avenue down the Beachcombers in the Dagger Bar. And so I enjoyed them because they didn't talk, they didn't sing, they just played music. And what kept me, the audience, mesmerized to their music was that they were doing all kinds of stuff on stage, playing all kind of different instruments, percussion instruments, to make the song very interesting, you know? So people just watch, and that was it. No singing or talking. So you have to capture the people's attention by doing these things that we did. So I recorded Quiet Village with Arthur Lyman, Martin Denny, and we did a jazz album too, but that didn't get released. But the Exotic Tune was Quiet Village album. So I was on that album, which they used as a soundtrack for a big movie that was released. And it was Martin Denny invited us to Hawaii Theater, down the hall, to watch this movie with Bruce Willis and some other big stars. And to hear yourself playing, to hear yourself coming up in the theater, the first thing Quiet Village was the guitar, I said, wow, it's really shocked me, man. To hear yourself in surround sound, right? And so that was interesting. So when Arthur quit Martin Denny 2 years later, and John Kramer, the bass player, quit, because they started the bird call thing. And Augie Cologne was there, and he, the Kalihi boy, he knows all the bird calls, you know what I mean? So Martin Denny didn't do the bird call. They started, when they were drunk one night, and they started doing bird calls in one of these exotic tunes. And Martin Denny said, hey, that's good, keep it in there. Until today, Martin never did a bird call. Just the other three of them did bird calls while they played a certain particular, a jungle type song, you know? And he would, what he did was he had a rasp, and it was the frog. He always started, and it had a sound like a frog, you know? And so that's Martin Denny's bird call. He started off that, and then started the Quiet Village tune. That's how we got popular. So when Arthur asked me and John, he got John to play with him, and then he hired Alan Suarez to play piano. And we rehearsed about 8 months at Hawaiian Village because Kaiser hired him to open up the shell bar. So we were practicing in one of the rooms called the Tahitian room for 8 months every day. Took songs, make it interesting, and we had so many different percussive instruments. We had huge gongs, we had chimes, really chimes on stage, tambourines, sleigh bells. I can't tell you how many instruments we had. And so as we played a song, we figured, hey, why don't we do this song here, you know? And we tried the song, it sounded good, okay, and we rehearsed it so that we don't use any music. We rehearse every day, we memorize. We did tunes like Slaughter on 10th Avenue, Rhapsody in Blue. We take the score, a 40-minute score, and get it down to 10 minutes. Practice it. Add a little jazz here, you know, add a little thing here, add a little percussive sound. So we would rehearse and we memorize everything. And so when we played, no music, all soul, you know, and the people would look at us in amazement, you know. So I think that captured them.
So you talked about the 32 measures in a song.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Did you follow that kind of?
Oh yes, because what kind of songs are we gonna do? We did songs from Broadway.
And then how did you incorporate the sound? How did you decide where to put them?
Well, as we played the song, we decided, okay, the first part, why don't we do this? Okay, All right, we try it out. If it worked out, okay. So the second part of the song, we try to change it a little bit. When we play the conga drum, you know, instead we experimented throughout. And what do we do? A sleigh bell shake here, depending what it is, you know. And there's a tune that we did that was in Ocean's 11 called Caravan, and they use it as a soundtrack just for that one portion. It was an exotic sound. Da, 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 da. So I decided, when we grab a tambourine, which would represent a kind of a Middle Eastern sound, and a sleigh bell. So I'm going to jig, 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 da, 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 da. And it had that exotic sound, you know, that's how we did. And stuff like that. It just, ideas came to us and we had the instruments to play it. We had 1,200 pounds, about 14 cases of instruments everywhere we traveled. So we had a lot of percussion instruments, conga drum, bongo drum, a huge marimba, 3.5 octave marimba, 5 full-size, 5 pair congas, bongos, huge gong, 35-inch gong, 36-inch gong, chime, regular chime, that was all. Went with us wherever we went.
Well,
And,
either you had
and 4 golf club bags.
a
We played golf everywhere in the world we went, and we had some really interesting experiences playing golf.
well, obviously, either you had a huge trunk and a huge vehicle, or you used a bus or something.
Well, whoever hired us, we played all over Thailand, Philippines. They brought that so that they could pack in the huge vans, you know. And we had people to help us unload and stuff. So.
Okay, so here's where I start to think about the magnitude of the task. You played 18 years, countless albums came out of that, huge variety of different. You could not possibly memorize all of that.
We did. We had at least 300 songs in our head every time we went on stage, because I didn't know what Arthur was going to call. Depending on the mood, he would feel the people out.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a set. It wasn't a pre-agreed upon thing.
Every set we go on, we do a 35-minute, 40-minute set. We don't know what we're gonna do. We get requests, so we have to fill. People are always requesting Yellow Bird, hey, Quiet Village, or Taboo, you know, stuff like that. So Arthur had to put this in the mic, because every show you're supposed to get different people, but you don't. You get the same people. So we try and keep it, you know, apart. If we did Yellow Bird this show, we might do Yellow Bird the third show. You know, because that's always requests.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. What made that? What do you think made that particular one so popular?
Simplicity and the melody.
Yeah.
I wasn't even on drums. I played bass. I got a gold record and I played bass.
So the transition in terms of the instrumentation as you went through those lineman years.
Yeah.
What did you wind up playing in that?
Percussion and drums. I didn't have a sit-down set, because if I sat down and played, I had to, at some songs I would have to play the marimba. And I was in the backstage at about 1.5 foot stage, and I would have to go down, have one measure to get down there to play my part. So if I was sitting down the drum set, I would knock the damn thing all over the place. So decided stand up playing. So the first 20 years of sitting down and playing, the next 18 years standing up without the use of that foot. This foot for the hi-hat, snare drum, 2 cymbals, tom-toms, and a floor tom. And then I have all the percussion instruments in the back hanging on the wall. So I had to play standing up. Everything was played standing up, you know, no matter what it is, jazz, rock, you know. And this foot became very strong to support myself. So I did that 18 years. Then when I left Arthur Lyman, I went home. I had to woodshed in my apartment 6 months to play a regular drum set again, to get this foot back coordinated with everything else.
Oh wow!
But
Yeah.
I made my thousands of dollars doing this. I'm not drumming, right? Playing standing out, right? And travel around the world.
So could you give us kind of a brief description of what was Arthur Lyman like? What were your other bandmates like? What were they like?
Well, I'll start with John and Alan. Alan was our piano player. John was our bass player. And they both had excellent jobs. John was with the state tax office department. He was one of the leading tax people that go out and check people's businesses. They're brave, St. Louis grads, smart guys. Alan was St. Louis too. He was in charge of, when they built the freeway, he built this freeway. Each one, whatever, he'd go out and buy the land from the people. That was his job, important. But when Arthur Lyman landed this contract, and we had things, these contracts to play away, they resigned for those good paying jobs, and they had families. But they saw the writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I did too. I had 2 jobs before I joined.
What were you doing? What were you doing before you joined?
I was playing at the Royal Amman Hotel, the top hotel, with Pearson Thal, who was a great concert pianist. He had a 7-piece band, and we played for the people that came to the Royal Hawaiian Hotel Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that gig from 8 to 12. And from 1 to 3, I was playing in a rundown Gimbasha place where Lipia Spindler used to have a thing, played a jazz trio with Ernie Washington, great jazz pianist from New York. So here I was doing that high class student thing and going to this place. I had 2 jobs. And Arthur came to me at the second job. He said, Harold, I'm going to formally, because of your experience playing exotic music, you wanted to do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, what can you offer me? You know, I got 2 jobs I had. So he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I joined him. And I saw the writing on the wall because he had such charisma. When he played that vibes, he just mesmerized everybody, especially the women. The women all over the world would just sit there like, yeah, you know? Because and I asked him, when you play the vibes, when you play a song, how do you feel? He said, I feel like I'm making love to a woman. Every time he plays the vibes, and they were all like this, and I'm standing in the back watching, and all these women in the front is just out. I mean, seriously, out.
So you played here locally in Hawaii?
Yeah, we played 9 years at the Hawaiian Village, at the Shell Bar, and we occasionally take our trips away to do, around the world, and come back and play there. Then we moved. Then Western hotels had, before we came here, they had the Hawaiian Village, and they lost it, and they went to the Ilikai. They took over the Ilikai, Western International, and so they built. There was a room they called the Canoe House. They built that for Arthur. Beautiful room. I don't know what it is now, a wedding chapel, but they built it. It's beautiful, and we moved over there for 5 years. And then in the meantime, we played in a lot of the Western hotels around the world. In Bangkok, we played the hotel there that they ran, and then in Seattle, we played their main hotel there, the Olympic Hotel. Played all over for Western hotel. They treated us really good.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what was Arthur like?
Quiet, unassuming, local boy. Hawaiian, French, Belgian. His father was French and Belgian, German. His mother was Hawaiian Chinese. And his father would make him practice, don't do any sports. After school, you come home or you get spanking. And he would practice everything.
Was his father a musician?
Father was a musician, played bass. Stern, real, the German thing, we played bass. They played all over during the war. Pearl Harbor, and dragged Arthur to play with him when he was 10, 12 years old. Arthur was good. He made him listen to records. And Arthur would memorize it. Every time I tell this story, it's really something else. We were in Lake Tahoe. We were playing opposite Wayne Newton in the lounge. We'd go on, then Wayne Newton go on. And when we go on, Wayne Newton was young. He had to go outside and he'd be watching us from the window outside of Harvey's wagon. We were in Lake Tahoe. Well, Lionel Hampton came to town, played in the main showroom at the Harvey's wagon, and we were in the lounge. And so Arthur went to see him. And he said, hey, there's a boy next door, play 5. Call him out. And he just blew his mind because he played every solo note for note. Lionel Hampton solo, he was blown away. And he became good friends. He'd follow us all over when we played, he would come and see us,
That's marvelous.
Because Arthur just blew his mind. He said, you the only guy that played note for my solo. And why? The father.
The father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's quite a story. Quite a story.
It knocks me out, man, every time.
I have stories like that too.
Yeah.
What
I think we covered everything.
What haven't we talked
I'm
about?
getting hungry, Jimmy. Aren't you?
I'm getting hungry too, yeah.
We're going to go out to eat lunch and all of us.
You know what, I want to tell you, this is one of the nicest moments I think it may be the nicest moment I've spent with you from just
Ever since
sitting
we known
down,
each other,
just,
yeah,
yes,
we talked.
just sitting and talking about, because we're supposed to be here doing this for a television show, but it's not for me, that's not what it is. This is you and I just talking.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about you, you learned a lot about me.
Yes.
And the fact is that you and I have been through some wars.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
we've been through some
Yeah.
wars and all
We
that.
have been some wars.
Yeah, and like I said, we're playing the last quarter, and we're really kicking butt.
Yeah, that's good. We're going to go out kicking.
Yeah, we're kicking butt, so we're doing good. I love you, my friend.
Well, I love
Yeah,
you too,
you're
Jay.
just great. Keep doing what you're doing, because the greatest gift in the world, the most important thing in the world, is a teacher. You have been a practitioner, and you're still a practitioner, and you take everything that you do, and you teach it. And there's people out there whose lives you're going to change. You've already changed your lives, and there's more lives to be changed.
Yes.
What greater gift is there than that? None.
I agree with you, James.
Make me cry.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hark the herald students sing, glory to our drummer king. Teach us Latin any style, even though it takes a while. Joyful musicians rise, he's strict and won't compromise. Teaches us to keep the beat. Christ its heart with hands and feet. Hark the herald students sing, glory to our drummer king. Hark the herald students sing, glory to our drummer king. Good and plenty, that's our song, even though we play it wrong. Boy, that song is really fast. When we're wrong, you kick our thanks for always being there. It's for certain that you care. If we're stiff, you make us swing. Glory to our drummer king. Hark the herald students sing, glory to our drummer king. Faithful to by all adore, everyone is in accord. Joyful you're always in time, punch is always on the dime. You're not human, we can see. Genetic mutant you must be. Timeless, ageless, handsome too. You should know we all love you.
70, 33,